2,000 years ago, a little over 2,000 years ago, an enlightened master in Tamil Nadu, who is a Siddha master, he asked a very vital question that is relevant at that time, relevant today, and will be relevant forever. And what is the question? That is the question that affects the human race across the globe. And what was the question? Why are most people suffering? And only very few people get to be wealthy, very, very single digit. But most other people are suffering. Why? And the answer that he gave was karma. And what is karma? And I want to give you a modern definition of karma, which is not contradictory to the classical definition. It is the classical definition, but in terms that are more understandable for everyone. Karma is your thought process. And that thought process is responsible for the kind of things you create around you. So if your thought process is just oriented towards scarcity, towards negativity, towards poverty, then that's what you create. And what are the politicians going to do for that? They probably will give you more, come up with ideas to give some economic stimulus during this coronavirus time. And at other time, you don't get that too. So the politicians, the economists, and others will not be able to find a solution for your problem. And who can give a solution to your problem? Yourself. So I have thought over this many, many times, and still I'm thinking about this situation. When can everyone will be affluent? The easiest answer to this question is never. And that is true. I accept that. But need not be so. But at least we can meet half the way and then change the destiny of the human race, our human society, human civilization, human governments. All this can be changed, provided we kind of agree to that we create our own reality, whether poverty or prosperity. And there are so many solutions spirituals people can bring to the table. And mine is depending and being is dependent on a new technology that calls forth relationship with, as I have said in last few days, on the celestials, UFOs. Who are the UFOs? Gods and goddesses. That's why I'm bringing in more and more relevant gods and goddesses who can understand the problem, by bringing them to this earth plane, that we can have a better life. Without the intervention of a superior intelligence, it is impossible, it is literally impossible to change your suffering, whether it's financial suffering, health suffering, relationship based sufferings. All this can be uh, tackled and turned around, provided we bring in a higher intelligence. And where is that higher intelligence? Inside and outside. The gods and goddesses are not just only outside, they are also inside, where in our brain, in our heart, and in our body. So when we bring that to an operational mode, they are non-operational now, then you can change everything. Your finances, your health, your relationship, all of them can be changed. So we have to, just some time ago, I was just thinking about the human race and how human beings created suffering. We have created suffering because we do not want to live by our true identity. What is our true identity? Our true identity is not our individual self, or jiva, they call it in Sanskrit, jiva. That is a contracted soul. The billionaires in the world and the poor man in this, they are all united by the soul. They all have the same soul. And where do they differ? They differ in their individual souls, contracted self. Even a billionaire, the richest man of the world, is still contracted. He cannot escape suffering. He cannot escape pancreatic cancer or a divorce or unhappiness. He cannot escape. Is he living the abundance that God has given us at the soul level? We don't live by the soul. We live by our contracted, constricted, restricted the soul. And this restricted soul, or jiva, our individual soul, is dependent on your breath. If the breath is lost, you die. And then they are dependent on the senses, on the sensory intelligence, the sense data. The whole life is dedicated to the senses and their satisfaction. And when there is no sensory intelligence, there is no intelligence at all. Even our science and technology, they are based on our senses, our everything, even the structures, molecular structures, atomic structures, they have to be looked through devices, electron microscope, telescopes. They have to be, translated to the senses. So the civilization is, right from the beginning, has taken a wrong turn. We have to dump this dependence on the breath-based consciousness living, the sense-based intelligence, and then go to the soul-based intelligence, which is the one that puts you on par with the richest man of the world or the president. Okay. How? Because the soul is unlimited, omniscient, omnipotent, and omniscient. And who can give you that? Not the contemporary education, not spiritual teachers. And who can give that intelligence and instantaneously can change is when you completely surrender to God, to Ganesha, to Yahweh, to Vyasa, Draupadi. How do you surrender? That's impossible. Cannot surrender to anyone. This surrender is going to put you on par with them. What do you surrender? You surrender your limited, constricted, stricken consciousness, scarcity-stricken consciousness. That's what you surrender. I used to read Osho in the 70s. And he used to put things in perspective that although he has very serious limitations when you talk about changing the current status of consciousness to come to a level where everybody can live abundant life, because he is just more a philosopher. He did make important contribution. He used to say, I am going to take away from you that which doesn't belong to you. What is that? Your ego. Your ego is garbage. Give the garbage to me. Okay, I'm a garbage collector, he used to say. So once that ego is gone, then you are the divine. And who can help with that? The deities, the angels, the messiahs, they can do a better job than anyone else. That's why it is important to be in touch with Ganesha. And they are real. Yesterday we spoke about it when you say Ganesha is standing here and Draupadi is here. If you think, and they are there. Not by your, sensory standards or measures. By your soul standard, they are there. At this point, I remember many, many years ago when Oral Roberts used to teach, he will have a healing session. And then somebody will come here, and then the person can hear or can see. And Oral Robert will say, how do I do? How do I do the miracle? He would say, the guy comes and he has this problem of hearing or seeing, and I touch him in the name of Jesus. And Jesus is here, he would say. And the boy believes in Jesus, and I believe in Jesus. And then I touch, he's healed. right in front of thousands and thousands of people. And he would say, when I say that Jesus is here, it doesn't mean that my eyes see him, no. My mind's eye sees him, feels him, which is not my equivalent to my physical eye seeing. I have a feeling, sense that he is here and he is asking me to touch. And then I touch him, he is healed. That is true. So with faith, you have faith. And with that faith, if you do anything, then we can create a new humanity. And that is really needed. We have not tried this out yet. We are only driven by a life that is based on breathing. Breathing is not life. This physical body where senses rule us is not life. We can have a greater life. And that is the message for this day. And then we will, the reason why I am doing this, there is a selfish interest. As I begin to speak about every day Ganesha or Draupadi, they are coming and closer to me. They are becoming more real because they are grateful to me because I'm taking them to you. Many spiritual teachers don't want to talk about all these things. When I was talking to Wayne Dyer, when I met him in Chicago, and he has a lot of respect for me, and he dedicated one of his books to me, Manifest Your Destiny. And he said, why are you talking about controversial things? People are not going to like you when you talk about rituals of cutting lemons and all this. I said, I don't care if they like me or not. What I care is if I can really help them to get out of their suffering. And I am convinced what works is just faith, the Ghee lamp here, the Ganesha here, Draupadi here, and that is more important. I'm not going to just, go along the path of other people who are very careful what to say or what not to say. Of course, I hold on things because you are not ready to listen to them. Because that needs a lot of dedication. That's very difficult. Well, anyway, that's it for now. We are running out of time. So let's get started with Ganesha. Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Now, this ghee has the ability to bring Ganesha here. it is connected to the divine. I don't want to go into it. Then I have to end up giving you a long lecture and the science behind it. But for now, just accept that this drop of ghee that I am putting here will put you in touch with the divine. Om Gham Ganapataye Swaha. Om, join me chanting. Om. See, when you are chanting, you are also hearing your chant. That's very important. Om Gham Ganapataye Swaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Swaha. Ganapataye Swaha. Om Gham Ganapataye Swaha. Make a prayer to Ganesha to remove obstacles, to remove ignorance from your mind, your brain, and your body, so that you can access the full Atman, or the soul, which is within you, which is non-different from the souls of celebrities, presidents, prime ministers, richest men, women of the world. You are one, and you are not using that. Om Gam Ganapataye Swaha. Ganapataye Swaha. Omkara Ganapataye Swaha. Gam Ganapataye Heramba Ganapataye Swaha. Heramba Ganapataye Swaha. Heramba Ganapataye Swaha. Now, because I have been doing these rituals with you, I'm also thankful to you as much as you are thankful to me, that I have been able to bring another Ganesha during this Ganesh Chaturthi. Today, it was a revelation that took place long time ago, but this became very real to me that I'm going to bring Ganesha Anjaneya, which means the Hanuman and Ganesha are one and the same. This was revealed by Agastya in one of his scriptures. And when I read it long time ago, and I knew that. And today it became so real, and I decided immediately that I have to bring him to this earth plane to bless people so that they have the power of Ganesha and power of Hanuman. I want to name him as Ganesha Anjaneya. So this is the day, since when you are the first people to listen to this descent of Ganesha Anjaneya into this earth plane during this Ganesh Chaturthi. Om Ganesha Anjaneyaya Swaha. Om Ganesha Anjaneyaya Swaha. Om Ganesha Anjaneyaya Swaha. Anjaneyaya Swaha. Om Ganesha Anjaneyaya Swaha. And this Ganesha and Anjaneya together will give you unlimited power clear your human mind, but you put tremendous amount of intelligence so that you are no longer limited by the senses or rationality, but a higher wisdom signifying omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence. So I have to thank you for that, so that your love and my love to you brought us together, that I have been able to keep doing it, every day. Okay, I don't worry about tomorrow, but now I'm doing. Om Ganesha Anjaneyaya Swaha. Om Heramba Ganapataye Swaha. Heramba Ganapataye Swaha. Heramba Ganapataye Swaha. Gam Ganapataye Swaha. Gam Ganapataye Swaha. Heramba Ganapataye Swaha. Now make a prayer to Ganesha to give you the soul's intelligence. And get out of the restricted human intelligence. Now, we'll go to Draupadi. Om Vyasa Draupadi Mangalambika Ati Sundari Rajakamalambikaye Swaha. Om Vyasa Draupadi Mangalambika Ati Sundari Rajakamalambikaye Swaha. Now make a prayer to her. Give a list of prayers of what you want to, create in your life through her blessings and gift. Om Vyasa Draupadi Mangalambika Ati Sundari Rajakamalambikaye Swaha. Om Vyasa Draupadi Mangalambika Ati Sundari Rajakamalambikaye Swaha. Now again make a prayer. Chant mentally. In your eyes. Om Vyasa Draupadi Mangalambika Adisundari Raja Kamalambikaye Swaha Vyasa Draupadi Mangalambika Ati Sundari Raja Kamalambikaye Swaha. Make a prayer. Om Vyasa Draupadi. Be with me together with one pointed attention. Om Vyasa Draupadi Mangalambika Atisundari Raja Kamalambika Swaha. Call on her with your body, mind, and soul and heart. Om Vyasa Draupadi Mangalambika Atisundari Raja Kamalambikaye Swaha. Ganesha, Vyasa Draupadi, bless humanity during a time when the whole world is going through hardship. The politicians, the economists, scientists are not going to help. You are the recourse. God bless.